Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks for another Gotham City update. In the last update, I worked on the wall around the raised platform area. Got as far as I could with the parts I had available. I haven't been able to get any inverted slopes since the last update, so we're going to have to hold fire with working on that. The other thing I was working on was the slip road here for the raised road, and this is what I want to continue working on today. I want to get this placed in its correct place, which is further towards the docks. And where these three arches are, that's actually going to be, I believe, where this road is. So I'm going to need to do a different design there. The three arches, they can just go over the opposite side because it's just a solid platform over there. So that's not a problem at all. I need to work on this section just here, get some more strength into the plates as they were a little bit weak last time out. And I did mention previously that I was going to put some dark bluish grey tiles on here, then add a dark bluish grey row plates underneath the wall here, just to make it all look uniform so I could continue with this design of wall. However, I've realised if I just put light bluish grey along here and then two plates on top of it, I can then continue doing the same design and it will look identical. So I don't need to amend the actual road sections that I've already done. So what I'm going to do is see how far I can get with the parts I've got available. And that's mission accomplished. We're getting the strength into the corner of this road plate, and it's pretty solid underneath these plates here. I don't think there's a single stud which hasn't got a brick on it. So wherever there's a join, I've made sure there's a whole brick underneath it. So there's multiple connection points on the plate itself. Now, with the support structures that I've got, my original plan was to tile off the top of it, just leave a couple of studs exposed. These were going to be permanently attached to the base plate, and then the road section would just rest on top, clip it in place in a couple of places. However, with the sections which have got the slip roads on, I think it's probably going to be better to do it the other way around. So this is permanently attached to the road, and then it's just this section here which connects via a couple of studs on the actual pavement section itself. I just feel that way it's going to be a stronger build. And also, I'm hoping it's going to be easier should I need to move the road up or down a couple of sections. I'm not going to have to strip off as many tiles, just going to need to put a couple of extra studs here and there. Anyway, let's carry on now building these support structures into the road piece here and design one that's going to go over that road. Our work has begun on the walls on the top of this road section, and this one is the same design as before, but on this one here I've got the two plates as opposed to the brick and the tiles as mentioned earlier on. So we've got a combination of the two different 45-degree angle tile pieces. That will sit on there nice and flush, and it's kept connected by the hinge piece halfway up the wall there. Now, once the road's in there, that'll stop it going backwards. So I just need to find a way to stop the wall from coming forwards. Hopefully, once I've got the gap filled in here, that will stop it and it'll be kept in place. So I'm going to try just putting one plate and some cheese wedges up there, and then hopefully that will do the trick. And on this end, again, I'll put a plate and some cheese wedges, and that hopefully will fill the gap nicely there as well. One thing I've been mentioning for quite a while now is the colour of the water and doing the finer details to that, getting a lot more texture in the water. And I've been looking at the different coloured trans tiles that I've got, and I've got quite a lot of the, I think this class is trans brown and also the light trans blue. The dark blue is readily available on the pick brick wall, so that would have been the ideal one to be using. Now, what colour plate to put underneath it? Well, I've done a combination of all of them here that I'm considering. And when I look at the plates here, you've got the trans brown, light blue, and then the dark blue. The dark blue for me is too blue for Gotham City. If it was a normal city or like a Lego Scarif mock from Star Wars, then I think these sort of colours would be ideal. However, for Gotham, because it's a little bit gloomier, darker, I think this is the colour that I want to go with. And the plates underneath, I'm thinking that the dark green, the dark blue, possibly even the dark grey and the black are the ones that I think are going to look the best for it. So depending on what I'm actually building around or what part of the city it is, will determine what colour plates is going to be. So for the docks, I'm thinking possibly the dark green on there. I am going to put the lime green plates underneath the water where there's the chemical spillage. Yes, it's nice to get all these colours here because it really does help to make the decision on what colours can be best for the water around Gotham. And we have a haul here, and this has arrived so quickly. Amazing service by Lego.com. I ordered this on the first midnight of the Insiders weekend, and it's arrived already. I mean, that's fantastic speed-wise. There are a lot of good pieces in here for Gotham and also for the Tantive. Got a load of these cylinder pieces here for the lower hallway in the Tantive mock I'm building. Got the roller coaster pieces at long last, so we can now start working or planning the fun house. I've got some purple wheel arches here, and that's to make a Joker vehicle further down the line. There's loads of arches in here for different buildings I'm going to be doing around Gotham City. We've got some inverted slopes, some snot bricks there for the Tantive mock, and a couple of other bits and pieces. But yeah, really pleased with how quickly this order came in. And of course, we've got our 16x32 base plates as well for the sea. So again, another part that's nice to see. I can get that all down and cover up that wood that's exposed at the moment. And I'm going to turn my attention back to the raised platform area just here. And I want to carry on building this up a little bit higher if I can. It would be nice to carry on with this wall all the way around here. And I could actually build this wall up to the height it's at the moment, all the way along here to the area where it needs the inverted slopes until I get them in. Now, with these upright pillars here at the moment, then they are only 4 studs apart, and I realised when I did that section over there that they don't need to be that close. I don't know why I put them that close, but anyway, I'll amend that. That way it's going to free up a load of the 2x2 bricks, which I'm very low on at the moment, and that's going to enable me to carry on building up higher as I go along. The other thing I need to do, as I did on this mills plate here and the 2 round there, is I need to lower the section where the actual track sits, so it sits down by 2 plates. So let's take one of these sections over to the table and start work on that now. And that's the next section of support pillars up to the correct height, ready for the mills plate to go on top. What I need to do is build the wall that goes along here to hide all of those pillars, and do the support structure along the edge here and in the centre there, just to help take the weight of the section above. But I need to find out a load of pieces for that. So I'm going to move that section back over to the mock table and then bring the next one over. And work is well underway on this section here. This was originally the tunnel section which led to Arkham Asylum, so I've amended the walls so it just curves around. I had to redo this section just here. This is on 2 new base plates. I just kept taking the parts across. The walls I peeled off and then just put on here, so that was good. And on this part just here, the wall has got all the arches. I did manage to find out a few more of the 45-degree inverted slopes, so that's worked out well. And what I'm going to do now is just put a roof section across this part here, so when you're looking through you can't see the ugly filler brick. Carry on building the wall up, and then I'll place it ready for the mills plate to sit on top of that. Now I've built this wall in across here, and again that's so you can't see any of the filler brick and filler plate. So I will put a plate just resting on some tiles on this section as well. Once again, it's just purely so you can't see any ugliness throughout that. And when it comes to the next section here, there'll be a plate that goes along the bottom of this grey brick here, and it'll connect the 2 halves together. And I may even join the bricks across as well, just so you don't see a little bit of a crack between each of the modular sections. But anyway, let's carry on building this up, and once I've finished, I'll move over to the table and we'll see how it looks. And that's more filler brick and filler plate all covered over, and it's so nice every time you get that section covered over. It gives it such a nice feel. And with this whole section here, I don't think I needed to go round as much with the brickwork on the tunnel just back there, so I may peel that out and save the bricks for another part of the mock, as when you come around here, that's as much as you can see around the corner. So I might just make that modification. It'll only take a couple of moments to do so. And when I come down here, I just need to put some plates across the roof section again, so you can't see the filler brick above just on that section just there. But yeah, can't wait to carry on building up the rest of this support structure on here. This part here has got plenty of strength in it, and I will put some uprights on here. I can't put any just here, as when the train comes around, if I go 2 bricks in, it does clip it. So I just need to wait till probably around about this section here before I do the next upright. And I'm much happier with the harbour sign now. I added an extra plate between the black upright there and the cheese wedge on the R. Still need to get some black brackets in. And on this one here is a black bracket, and there's just a plate at the bottom in black, just to emphasize it's a B as opposed to an A. But yeah, much happy with it. These two sections on the end here, they're just balancing in there at the moment, so I do need to work out how I'm going to attach those, and then just build a nice frame around it to finish it off. And there is the new Gotham Harbour sign all in place. A little bit happier with the support structure for the sign. However, I do still think it needs some work doing to it. So it is something I'm going to have a think about on what look exactly I want with that. Now, I do want to eventually have some pipe work coming out of Ace Chemicals in some capacity, and then they go along the top of the sign and then down the walls. I think that will give it a much more industrial look. But it's definitely a work in progress. I think once I've got the Ace Chemical plant all sorted exactly how it's going to be on the base plate, along with the cylinders that are going to be outside, I think then that's when I'll be able to get that looking exactly how I want it to be. Now, really happy with the progress managed to get done this week, getting a lot of that up to the right height, getting the train track section in there all sorted has been good. And now we've had delivery from Lego.com, there's so much more that I can now crack on and get sorted, such as the cranes, got the wheels for those, so the tracks can all be sorted out and that can be tiled off. Still need to amend this corner here from where I've taken the pier away, so that's another part I can crack on with. But the bit I'm most excited about is we've now got the roller coaster track, so I can get that in place or start messing around with that, and then that'll give me an idea of exactly how the building's going to be here for the Joker Funhouse and the other parts that are going to be surrounding it. So yeah, exciting times ahead. One thing I do need to do though is make sure I get some more of the 2x2 inverted slopes, because it would be really nice to get a big chunk of this all done so I can get it all plated off and then start working out how high up the train line's going to be. But yeah, again, this is something I want to be working on, getting all of that all plated off. So much to do, and it's all good fun. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for walking on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.